All right, Wawa, and welcome back. We're going to be talking about vestibular. This is our sense of balance. First up, though, I wanted to revisit the triangle. Here it is. It's one I prepared earlier. Remembering this is academic learning at the top, and we're talking about the foundation skills that we need to develop in the preschool years before children go to school. Okay? And we are going to be talking here about sensory development, these 7 senses. So it might come as a surprise to you that we don't have 5 senses. We actually have 7. And I think some people have been arguing that now we have 8. But let's just go with 7, okay? So the 2 that we don't normally know about are actually the most important. So on top of sight, smell, touch, taste, and hearing, we've also got the vestibular sense, which is our sense of balance, and the proprioceptive sense, which is our kinesthetic sense. Okay, I'll talk to you about proprioception in another video, I think, but for now, we're going to be talking about vestibular. So our vestibular sense is connected with our inner ear, and inside the inner ear, there are these semicircular canals, and they are located just above the middle ear. They're filled with fluid, and there's little hairs inside those cells that when the fluid moves, it triggers the hair cells to send electrical signals to the brain. Okay, so the technical term for vestibular is that it is our body's ability to know in which way up we are in relation to the gravitational pull of the earth. I think that's a pretty cool explanation, but really, think about if you're inside a swimming pool and you're doing forward flips and you've got your eyes shut. If your head is down, you know you're upside down. You know you're upside down without having to see anything. That is your vestibular in action. You kind of know if you're on the side, or if you're on this side, or if you're facing down, or if you're facing up. You know that. That's your vestibular in action. So what has balance got to do with school readiness, right? Well, in actual fact, it's got lots to do with it, because the vestibular is not just about balance. Critically, it develops the cerebellum in the brain, and the cerebellum is a specific part of the brain that's like our brain's library. Okay, it's our storage information place. Now, if you can imagine, like any library, if that storage system is not really robust, it's going to be very hard to find the information that you're looking for. Okay, so with a good, solid, well-developed vestibular system, whole body balance system, we have a really nice developed cerebellum system, which means in the classroom when children are listening to a teacher and they may give a 3-step instruction, then that child's going to be able to remember that instruction and find the information and recall it better than someone who doesn't have a well-developed vestibular system. So it has a big role to play on things like focus and concentration. All right, so someone who doesn't have a well-developed vestibular system might be someone who may appear a bit clumsy. They might not have a really good solid core strength, so they can actually fall out of their chairs. Believe it or not, this is a known thing. And they probably are going to really struggle to focus and stay focused and have really good concentration. Okay, so how do we develop vestibular? Well, it's real easy, swinging. So what we need to do is we need to get the fluid in that semicircular canal inside the middle ear moving. And what that's going to do is going to trigger lots of little hair cells to send lots of information to the brain to help develop the cerebellum. So swinging is great. Rolling down a hill is absolutely fabulous. I can't do it. It makes me feel sick. But children really love to do it. Do you remember when you were young and your parents grabbed you by the hand and spun you around like that? That is absolutely fabulous for developing the vestibular. There's many other things that we can do, but basically also if we can get children to put their head at many different angles. So those games where you have to crawl with your head held low, or you're hanging upside down off the monkey bars, or even upside down backwards off a couch. Now some people have a real issue about climbing on furniture. It's not a problem at my house, but you know, you have to navigate that pathway for yourselves. Anything to get that head moving at lots of different areas is a real simple way. I will add some more links in below this video, and I'll add some more things that you can do to help with that vestibular development. So I hope that explains vestibular. Arguably, this is the most important of all of the senses. Vestibular and proprioception are the base on which everything else is built. Okay, it's really important we get this right. You cannot do that from sitting down at a table with a worksheet. In fact, children aren't actually even ready to sit at a table with a worksheet until probably age 7. That's the research. That's what the human brain and the human body is biologically ready for structured learning at about age 7. So let's just remember that. Already in Australia, we push them early. Let's keep focused on developing those really strong foundation skills in early childhood so that they can have all the success for lifelong learning. All right? That's vestibular. I'll see you soon.